How's everybody doing out there today? It's about 6 o'clock Mountain Time here in good old Utah. Hey, I wanted to ask you guys, if you haven't had a chance to see it yet, through VHND, which is VanHalenNewsDesk.com, I posted Wolfgang Van Halen's long anticipated single, and I think there's an album that's going to be coming out. I think it's been in the works for a while, but there's a song called Distance that he dedicated to his father, and painstakingly took some time to put some clips of his childhood of home movies and things as part of the video to go with the song. And it's very touching, especially at the end. He added, I guess, something from his phone of a voicemail that he got from Eddie, his dad. It's telling him he loves him to give him a call. This has been one of the most painful things I've had to ever go through, when I've lost pets, I've grieved like this. This has just been the most god-awful year, I'm just hoping that next year for all of us is better, As some of you know, I have someone in my life now who is, she couldn't have come along at a better time. Her name is Alexandria, but her friends call her Allie, and she's wonderful, and she's helping me out through a lot of things, and we're getting along great, and there's some great feeling between us. And like I said, it just couldn't have come along at a better time. And I care about her a lot, and I know she cares about me. I mean, like I've said before, there's two ways you can convey your feelings about someone. You can say it in words and or writing, or you can display it in day-to-day, minute-to-minute action, and how you treat the person. And I truly believe your actions are obviously what is most endearing and remembered. Words like, what did you say? Or you have to go back and read it or something, or be reminded. But actions, you don't forget, good and bad. And we haven't known each other that long, but there's definitely something there, I believe, to build on. But, in the 6 weeks or so since Eddie's passed away, you all know I'm a ginormous fan, and I knew a lot about him, or as much as a person could know about someone that doesn't intimately know the person, like a best friend or a neighbor or a family member. But I'm just seeing more and more things coming out of the personal side. And we all have that personal side, But certainly, if you're a celebrity, you're not going to, excuse me, no, it's not COVID. You're going to keep things more private, And as I'm getting older, I like to make videos and get out and see people and do things. And, I think in some ways I'm a born entertainer, which can be taxing, but it's genuine. And it's one of the roles I play in my life, and that's cool, and I like it, and I hope you folks do too. But some things you do want to keep private. And someone like Eddie Van Halen, of course, you have to have, your anonymity you forfeit when you're famous. But you try to circumnavigate to where you can have some things that are your own and that are shared with those that you love and spend your life with. But some of these things are starting to come out in these tributes, and Wolfgang just released that song. So I asked you guys to watch that video. It takes 4 or 5 minutes. It was very touching. And it really displays, I think, the father and son bond that those two had. I mean, if it wasn't for Wolfgang coming along, and as he was coming into his formative years, Eddie was, you know, getting ready to divorce from his mother, Valerie Bertinelli Van Halen, the actress. He was having a lot of trouble with substances, and he was in his early 50s. You know, he had Wolfgang when he was 36, and Valerie was 31 when he was born. So they had a few miscarriages. It took them actually 10 years to have Wolfgang, and he was their only child. But I, like Eddie, my child was, you know, the light of my life, the beacon, the true muse, the permanent muse, as it were, you know. Your children should be the most treasured, not possession, but treasured person on the earth, or children, plural, you know. But yeah, it's interesting. I always kind of thought how funny it would be if my daughter met Wolfgang, because my daughter is 5.5 months older than Wolfgang Van Halen. So they're basically the same age. You know, if they were in the same circles, they would have gone to the same schools at the same time, and maybe even the same class. I think they actually would have been. But it's kind of ironic because, you know, Eddie and Valerie are a bit older than me and my ex-wife, but we started early. They blessedly had theirs a little later, but it all kind of balances out, you know. So I look at the timeline of the videos that are in Wolf's video, and I'm like, yeah, I'm taking pictures and video of my kid around that time too, and they're about the same age. And then suddenly, you know, one day you wake up and your daughter's 30 and Wolfgang's 29, and apparently Eddie was, you know, dealing with far worse cancer and things than all of us knew. In the latest post, I put that Wolfgang told Howard Stern in an interview that going back as far as 2017, Eddie was given 6 weeks to live. Hence why he was going to Germany and for these treatments, and apparently it clearly prolonged his life. And there was true, there wasn't just rumor, it was true, that they were working on a reunion tour of the original four: David Lee Roth, Eddie and Alex Van Halen, and Michael Anthony on bass. But Eddie's health just couldn't do it. So it wasn't because they were fighting or contractual issues, no. I'll tell you, he gave us a lot. You know, he's probably my top favorite 5 people on this planet, including family, you know. But again, I'm just so grateful that I had those few minutes with him in 1998. Of course, I always wish it was more, but just so grateful for that moment, that time. So, you know, as I'm out collecting these tribute magazines and posting, I think, things of some interest to certainly myself and to anybody who follows my Facebook or my friends, sure. It's no kept secret how much I love that guy and what he brought to the table as a musician through so many different eras and singers and styles. It just showed what virtuosity the man had. I mean, it's kind of like a Robin Williams. Like, what couldn't Robin Williams do on screen, right? It's like, what couldn't Eddie Van Halen do as a musician? And he was the last guitar god. There'll never be anybody like him again. There won't be. There's no need to, because people don't care that much anymore about music or work that hard to become that good. But it's like Mozart and Beethoven and Brahms and Bach and all the classical musicians of the 17th, 18th centuries. You know, we all have our place in our time. And we still revere that music to this day, and it's 250, 300 years old, right? So treasure those that you love, and enjoy them, and just take in all you can, and be appreciative for what you have, because one day, assured, it will be gone. But you don't focus on that. Just focus on the here, the now, plan for tomorrow, but always take that moment to say, if you mean it, I love you. And my world's better with you in it. So when that time comes, if they go before you, whether it's your pet or a family member or a friend or someone that brings you a lot of joy to your life from a great distance, savor it, enjoy it. And like I said, if it's someone who is from a great distance or a celebrity, if you get the opportunity to meet them and look them in the eye and say, thank you. I mean, where would we be without music? Where would we be without the ones that make us smile and give us purpose to get out of bed in the morning? Like I said, whether it's on 2 legs or 4 legs. We need each other. We need to stop taking each other for granted. And there's no shame in being a blubbering idiot if it's sincere. I love you guys. Be good. Thanks.